Hello, Mr. Gheorghiu.
Hello, how are you?
Good, good. Yourself? Enjoying the
Well.
rainy, the cold weather?
Well,
Not much.
not much, yes, not much.
So we play here against.
So we play against Allegro. He was one of the young players from Switzerland. And here it's very interesting because he plays very quietly with white, showing that he was ready to make a draw, maybe, with white. But black tries to have something more, and the game will be very interesting. This is the best line for black, trying to get immediately some initiative, equalizing first and then to take some initiative. So first of all, here in that position, instead of castle for white,
Yes.
white can take in c5. Well, if he takes in c5, of course, after d takes c4, the game is more or less even, But black wants something more, and after d takes c5, the best move here is queen a5. So after queen a5 is a very nice variation, which is almost forced, here. For instance, taking with the pawn in d5. Takes in d5. Now knight takes d5. Queen takes d5, otherwise it's clear the black is much better now. And now bishop takes c3 check, bishop d2. The best line, So of course now black has to do something very quickly, and the best move here is rook d8, which that comes to a better end game for black, forced. So after rook d8, if he doesn't want to sacrifice the queen, then he has to play bishop takes c3. And after bishop takes c3, queen takes c3 check, b takes c3, rook takes d5, rook d1, rook takes c5. Better endgame for black, in all variations. Clear, because white has a very bad pawn structure. The pawn from c3 is very weak. So therefore black is clearly better and, plays for win here. Well, that was a little bit better than our game, for white, because the way he played, white has nothing and black takes the initiative very quickly, so. After castle, again, the best line here for black, equalizing immediately and getting a better position, is to take first in d4, e takes, of course, now. And now knight c6. Okay, so here he played, but bishop e3. The alternative instead of bishop e3 is c5. After c5, knight e4, again, black is a little bit better, instead of bishop e3. Yeah. c5, knight e4. Equalizing immediately and a little bit better for black, in a few moves like this, immediately after the opening. So after bishop e3, d takes c4 is very clear. Now we'll play against the Isolani from d4. He has to take back the pawn, of course, in c4, because after d5, knight a5 is even worse for white, you see. So, okay, so now after bishop takes c4, very logical, knight a5, no? We attack the bishop, he has to go back, no? And now bishop e6. Controlling the square d5, black is better in all variations, very easy, immediately after the opening. So the opening was interesting, but, very little for white or nothing. And black is already better, here. After
So controlling not to push the pawn or...
No. We control the square, the central square. We want to put there a piece, So, for instance, here, if he plays knight g5...
Yes.
Yeah, even bishop d5 is very good, We give the two bishops, but if we have a piece in d5, the knight is almost forever, so... And afterwards, we can take the knight from a5 going back to c6. We attack the pawn from d4. Very nice for black, you see.
Mm-hmm.
But, okay, he didn't play knight g5, and he played queen a4. This is, well, he tries something, but it's nothing for white, anyway. So after knight d5, again, very logical, he played, in my opinion, already a bad move, taking d5 is bad. So now it's clear, black has everything, you see. Equality, the pawn from d4 is weak, and we can attack it very quickly, you see. And it's very easy to play. We have the idea to go back with the knight in c6, we have rook c8, simply to play e6 is also very good, because we have forever a very strong piece in d5, you see. So it's clear, black has an edge, has advantage, So knight e5, well, tries to trade some pieces. Maybe he has time to put the bishop in f3. That is the idea, Okay, knight c6, very nice. So now, of course, if he takes in c6, we take back with the bishop. And again, we control the d line. We attack the pawn from d4. Clear advantage for black, you see. Well, now he wants to come with this knight in f4, which is a little bit strange, but he has to do something. And the idea now is that he has a weakness. The weakness from d4 is even bigger than before, we can attack it immediately in d4, see. So after knight d3, we took with the knight in d4. That was a big surprise, because in the last moment he saw that if he takes now in d4, after bishop c6, he lost the pawn, and he loses also the pair of bishops.
Oh, okay.
So advantage is decisive already for black, you see.
So if he takes...
Well, bishop c6, and afterwards with two bishops and pawn up, black is winning in any variation, So that was the game, no?
Just a second. Yes.
No, that was the game. Okay, so after bishop c6 is clear. He lost the pawn. So now queen b4, queen takes d4. Well, strategically, black is already winning in a few moves, you see. So he plays a little bit later. And but by not trading the queens, the black advantage is even bigger, much bigger. So after queen b3, queen d6, rook d2, and queen f6. Okay, so we give him the move. He can go wrong in any position, you see. Now the threat is queen g5, you see. So he played knight e1, and now
he resigned here.
He resigned because now he loses immediately. After queen g, after
taking the
rook d8 wins immediately. Rook d8.
Any rook, I guess.
Yeah. Rook d8, and we continue. We play alone. Black plays alone here. You see, has weakness in g2, has weakness in b2. Two bishops. The bishop from g7 is very strong. The bishop from c6 very strong, and pawn down for white. Okay, he resigned. Well, he didn't understand very well the idea, the idea from this opening, and he tried to have at any cost an even game, but it's not so easy, especially if you play a stronger opponent. It's very difficult to make draw. Even if you want to make draw, but you have to realize the idea how. Because your opponent plays also, So
you have to win the draw.
Yeah, you have to, What can you do? That shows a little bit the difference between a very strong opponent and, the normal player for white or for black, you see. He was a very good player from Switzerland, but here we can see the difference because he was a little bit surprised immediately after the opening, you see.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Very nice example, anyway.
Yeah. Thank you.
You are.